Louis Vuitton don't get room when you walk through the rain. Pick a name and last forever, that's a JC gang. Big dog of the spirit, let him hear it say the name. Jesus Christ is in the building and I'm feeling no shame. Like, okay, Yahweh beat death day 3 when he rose from the grave. El Shaddai, Adonai, Elohim, Yahweh. Big smoke, big flame when you're playing with his name.
I just talked to this woman. She's 36 years old. Her name's Laurin Eaves. You might have seen her rap because it's going viral. This is one of the sweetest, most real conversations I have had. She is just relatable. She's a mom. She was a single mom of 2 kids starting at a very young age. But somewhere inside of her was a burgeoning rap star. Laurin Eaves, I saw your video on Instagram. I don't even know whose account it was. It just popped up.
Oh my gosh! Okay, I did not.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, I'm scared. It's about to rap about Jesus.
And I see you in a car with another woman and you start flowing in this rap that looks completely spontaneous, though I know you had to have memorized it because it was just too good.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not off the top of the dome, that's for sure. I'm a rider girl in my car at night after the kids go to sleep. That's what I do.
Okay, so tell me how, first off, you're a writer. Where do you live? Where are you from?
I'm from Florida, West Palm Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved to Texas in 2006. So,
okay.
Yeah. Texas is home. I don't think I'll go back to Florida, but it's nice to visit. So that's where I got the rhythm. That's where I got the juice from. So that and the Holy Spirit, let's be real, but
come on. Okay. And so you do this rap. Now, what inspired you to use the beat you use? What inspired you to write it the way you did?
So, I grew up with hip hop. I love how to rap. I got made fun of by my siblings, and it was a ludicrous song, and I could not spit it right, and they were making fun of me. I'm like, all right. I practiced it over and over, and I was like, oh, I'm getting good. So honestly, I started getting more spiritual in my mid-30s. I'm 36. I started getting more and more spiritual, meditation and all that stuff, and I was listening to Mexican OT's Johnny Dang, and I was like, God, it's a good beat, but I can't let my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. I'm really, becoming very in tune with that stuff. And don't get me wrong, kids are kids, but I heard the beat and I was like, my gosh, this slaps so hard. And all of a sudden I was thinking, I started kind of like getting a little melody in my head, and that whole Louis Vuitton get ruined. And I was like, oh, okay, which is how he starts it. And I was like, okay, so Louis Vuitton, very, very nice. And then I was like, you know what? Louis Vuitton get wrong, but Christ is forever, and I'm gonna write about it. So that's exactly what I did. And it just kept going, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a rapper. I wasn't a rapper. The Lord has his plans, but man, it started flowing, and it was very spiritual for me too. So I was like, all right, we releasing this puppy.
And you released it on Instagram. Did you do anything else with it? Did you put a single out on Spotify that I don't know about?
Not yet. It started on TikTok, and I was like, okay, it's my first video going viral. And I was like, okay, I think, I was reading, I swear to you, it's so corny, but I'm reading, Jesus, the comments. I'm like, look, they like us. They love us. And I was like, and my sister was like, hey, Candace, you should put this on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're our age too. Like, you gotta spread yourself out. And I was like, okay, posted it on Instagram. And I didn't check it for quite a few days, and I started getting messages. I don't have notifications. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I walked away for just a second. I came back, and a JC gang coming through. I'm like, look at this. So yeah, it was a vibe. It was awesome.
So is Candace the woman who was in the car with you while you were rapping?
No, Candace is my sister, but the woman, I actually just met her within the last year or two, and it was firecrackers. It was a business deal. It was a kind of business in the beginning, and then we started speaking about, beliefs and our past, and man, there's a past, everybody's got it. And I was like, all right, girl, we're going to go for a ride. So we ate lunch, and I was like, I got to do this. Something's pushing me to do it. And she was like, okay. So she thought that I meant live streaming. And I was like, oh no, girl, we're not there yet. So she was just like, okay. So it was the first take, thank the Lord. Cause I don't want no fake reaction. I see it and I call it out. I'm like, that's staged. But I was very like, okay, this has to be real. This has to be raw. And man, the reaction, she was just, you can't fake something like that. And the flow was going, that was the best I ever rapped it. So it was time.
Christ is King, Prince of Peace, Lord of Lord, Healer of beings. And for the beat, thank you, OT and the gang. But Johnny D ain't got a dang thing on a king.
you said that you started to become more spiritual. What does that mean to you, and what prompted you to just desire going after not just God, but Jesus Christ?
Sure, 100%. So I was raised Christian, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to kind of break away my beliefs though from what, my parents told me and that kind of stuff. I felt the love. I knew I believe in Jesus from the start, but I didn't really know what that meant. We're young, we're naive. I was a heavier drinker, heavier smoker, you know what I'm saying? We all have regrets being young parents. And I was just like, man, I got to have a closer relationship. I joined a church, the Word Church in Springtown, and it was a startup church from the get. We started really I was like, I want to be on a worship team. And I had never done anything like that before. And after that, man, we started, setting up before church, after church. You start getting involved in this stuff. It's life-changing. You're surrounded by people that are really, not everybody's like that. Some Christians give Christians a bad name, and it's very unfortunate, but that's a whole other story. But this was just, you felt that life, you felt that love, and I was like, this is it. Okay. Then, the boyfriend came, with our kids, and I was like, okay, now we're all getting into it. Now the kids are putting their hands up in the air. I'm like, this is home right here. So it's not 100%, church is not 100% necessary, but I'll tell you right now, man, it changed my life. Getting off track here, but, so I started really feeling more presence in this light building inside of me. And I started becoming more positive, and I started becoming more conscious and more discerning. And I was like, there's more to this. So I got in the Word as a rap. Literally. I was like, okay, I know what to say. I know what to do. So I took a really hot beat, thanks Mexican OT, and I was like, we're going to dance around these bass lines. So I wrote it over a few months' time, I'll be honest, because, kid life, family life, all that stuff. But man, when it came together, I was like, let's see where this goes. So it's shocking, though. I'll be quite honest with you. It's shocking.
Does it feel like, and again, you said you're 36 years old. You're a mom. How many kids do you have?
I have two.
You have two children. And how old are they?
He is 13 and she's going to be 16 next month.
So for you, do you feel like at this stage of your life, like when you put that rap out, do you feel like you're in your purpose? Do you feel like there's something that refired in you to kind of reclaim years that were really tough? And now it's almost like you can dream again? Oh,
man. Gosh, I've always dreamt, and I'm huge at manifesting. I know where the manifestation comes from. I've been a manifestor for quite some time. But, once you start connecting with your soul versus your emotions and your body and kind of like realizing where your true home is, there's no other feeling but joy, acceptance, and happiness. And you cannot go wrong with that. So I was, I knew I know my faith is growing. So anything that comes my way, good or bad, I'm just like, let's ride. We'll see where this goes. So it's so far so good. I'm sticking to it. So.
What kind of comments are you getting yourself? I mean, you said that people were liking it, but has there been anything that stood out to you, like where you're like, whoa, I had no idea that this song would impact people the way that it did? Oh,
reaching pagans, atheists, people literally saying, I am not religious. I'm this pagan. And wow, this
like they straight up say they're pagan.
Yes. I was like, God bless you and your beautiful family. Nothing but love. So, hey, you can push people away if you overdo it. And I ain't answering for that. So love all around, and it's going to do nothing but good for everybody. So, I think the number one comment was, ate and left no crumbs. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. But yeah, no, that right there, even if it reaches one person, and there's people like learning these lyrics, my gosh, the deed is done. I love it. Can't get it.
Well, and I was impressed with how many names you rattled off. The disciples' names, the names of Jesus that a lot of people who are raised in church are familiar with. But if you put somebody on the spot, like stopped them on the street and asked them to tell me like 5 names for Jesus besides Jesus, they'd be stumped.
Yeah.
Or tell me the names of all of Jesus's disciples, even if they watched like shows like The Chosen that have become very popular, they wouldn't be able to give you the names except for Peter, maybe James.
Yeah, Peter got it. But yeah, I'm telling you. And honestly, one big thing when I was writing this, you know, and I'm not gonna front. I Googled some things. I didn't know every single one of them, but put in my heart the disciples Jesus, and that actually took the longest, trying to rhyme those names. I was like, oh my gosh, give me the words. But yeah, I'm not the rap. I just actually finished it. That was, you know, the majority of the rap, but I just finished the rap yesterday, and there's some more name dropping in there. So oh my gosh, as much as you think, hey, well, it's not going to be as good as the original, I rebuke that. It's
So
a
you have
banger.
So you've added more lyrics and
Oh,
lines
yeah.
to what you originally rapped?
Oh yeah, it's finished. The full 3 minutes. It's a freestyle. Heard around the world, girl. I'm in the name of Jesus. In the name of
Wow.
Jesus. Yeah, just
So
finished it.
when are you going to release it?
So I am recording tomorrow. Getting mixed.
God.
Mastered. Oh, we're going to go. So yeah, I mean, and it's so wild because, you know, I'm wanting to get this, and I need to chill because impatience. I have to be, you know, it's exciting and you want to, you know, but patience is key. And I got to make sure it's God's timing. Somebody canceled this, and I'm just like, you know what? Oof, let me just chill for a second. And I'm going to be led where I'm led. So, and he messaged me back. My brother-in-law was like, let's do it tomorrow. I'm like, I'm outside. So yeah, I'm ready. But yeah, I finished it. It's going to be, I hope it's as impactful as the beginning, but I have no doubt. So,
and so what's your motivation in putting this out?
one big thing that comes is the youth. For instance, rattling off those names, it would be cake, you learning this song. You know what I'm saying? You're going to learn all the 7 deadly sins in this song. The disciple, you know, it's just, and it is, man, it gives that, you know, you got that stank face with it and the flow, and it's just not of me. I'll tell you that. It's not of me, but I'll be the vessel. I'm happy. I'm here for it.
I love this. And so how viral did you go? Do you even know how many times the video's been viewed?
Considering it's on a multiple, other pages, other people have been tagging me like on my inbox saying you got 187,000 this and that and 1 million views on TikTok. But I mean, TikTok, I was keeping up, you know, I was like, oh, this is going somewhere. But yeah, I just checked Instagram for the first time yesterday, and I was like, people are, yeah, okay. So no, I'm not even sure where it's shared, but to be honest, man, I'm grateful it's being shared, period. So I'm here.
I'm asking a lot of people I talk to this. Do you think there is a noticeable, it's not viral, it's a huge shift. It's more than a virality. It's more of a cultural change between people who are influencers or people just sharing their stories on their social media, and people in celebrity circles. They're all sharing more of their story of faith. Do you notice that? Do you see that more people, everyday people to famous people, are being more vocal about their faith? And if so, if you've noticed this, why do you think it's happening?
Oh my goodness. I absolutely have noticed this. And so have so many people in the comments too. It's a movement. There are so many things that could contribute, you know what I'm saying? Could be, I mean, who knows, could be political, could be, and I have no idea. All I know is the calling was now. And maybe it is, you know, me looking and seeing more, you know, Christ is King on the side, and seeing more. I mean, even in downtown Fort Worth, I'm seeing Jesus being spoken more than ever. I mean, like I said, I'm 36 years old, and that could also be like an energy like creeping in me, like, okay. And I'm not saying that I didn't speak Jesus's name before all of this. You know, I'm outspoken about it, but there is a movement right now, and Lord only knows. I mean, Lord, I don't know what it could contribute to. I'm just so grateful it's here. And so many people were so afraid to an extent to talk about it, not step on toes. That means there's no way it's too big inside of me to contain it. There's no way. And the love, I don't care what your background is, who you are, sin is sin, and Jesus loved them all. And I'm telling you, once people kind of realize it is all about love, it's not religion, it's love. There'll be people ask about world peace, love. That's it. That's all it is.
And your definition of love is what?
Oh my goodness. An unconditional acceptance. Peace. Meditation. Just getting to love yourself first so you can love others. Making sure that your insides are healed so you can heal others. Making sure that you are doing stuff that you love.
That's true.
Because even if you're not feeling love, sorry guys. Excuse it, guys. I'm sorry. Feeling so much, you won't always feel that love back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need that acceptance once you have fully loved and accepted yourself. So man, so many of this hurt that people feel can go away once you realize it's just the things of this earth, and you could spread so much love disconnecting and disassociating from that in a very healthy way. So yeah, love, unconditional acceptance, telling somebody when you get an urge to say, gosh, I love that shirt, or your hair looks great today, or man, I love your tats, dude, where'd you get them? People don't get talked to enough. People are putting their heads down, looking at the floor. They don't want to be seen. Everybody wants this, everybody wants that, not me. I want people to be seen. I'll look at you in your eyes and, hey, how you doing this morning? Hey, I appreciate your service, sir. I just talking, communication, love. It's all in one. It's the energy all around us, in us, through us, around us. So.
And what do your kids think about all the love you're getting online from this rap?
It's a wild, man, because Scurry was like, well, when we first kind of noticed that, it was like, okay, 40,000, where we go? We were like, yeah, jump in. We're a very, very close family. But man, yeah, seriously, they're like, Mom, and then, you got to check out my mom. My daughter's reposting my videos, my son showing his friends at school. And I'm just like, oh, Mama's cool now, huh? But yeah, they're digging it, man. They really are. And you know what? My son's starting to write some rap. And I'm like, somebody wants a picture. No, just kidding. It's amazing. The creativity is flowing in the house. That's for sure.
What do you want to have happen in 2025 besides the fact that this song is going to be released? And I'm guessing, are you releasing it again on social media, or are you going to take it somewhere else?
Oh, I'm gonna do all of the above. So Spotify, Apple Music, I'm gonna do, and I'll be quite frank with you, I'm brand spanking new to this stuff. So I'm not a full graduate of Google yet. It's my first year, not with Google, but doing this stuff. So I'm gonna, I make sure that I'm very smart about things. I'm gonna be, taking things slowly and making sure that the decisions that I make are gonna be the best for me and those around me. So, but 2025 is going to be as much praying and as much loving. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, but I just know I'm still in the beginning stages, even of my spirituality. So I'm going to keep staying in touch with myself, and I know the rest is going to come, because even just this rap, man, I started getting closer, and going to church and stuff, and boom, he's already hitting me with, you got to do this. All right, now that you're ready, got to do this. So I'm just like, oh. So yeah, but 2025, a lot of the same stuff, getting to know myself, love myself, keep hustling, keep writing. So.
Well, I love your personality, and I think that people, as they get to know you, are going to just fall in love with you too. And I didn't want to skip over it, but I had to talk to you about your music first.
Right.
You had your children young, you said.
Oh yeah.
You're 36. You had a child at like 19, 20.
Yeah, 19.
And then you had your second child a few years later.
Yep.
What would your message be after experiencing this spontaneous spark of inspiration that took you some time in between being a mom and probably going to work? What would you tell other moms who are out there who might have felt like it's too late for them to be creative? They're too busy to be creative. They've been hurt too much by being a single parent and going through some of the hardships that come from having children very young. What would you tell them if they were watching right now?
Sure. So age is nothing but a number. I know that. Our souls do not age. I know that. We're eternal. And I'll tell you right now, you may have kids young, but there's a reason for that. Your kids are going to watch that growth. and they are going to see, wow, mom went from this to this, and what was the source? So it's, I would say if I could be, if I could have been more spiritual early on, but there's shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I've detached myself even from that. Like, you know what? Hardships are good. They build calluses, but now I had to be mentally prepared for something like this for me to grow. And praise the Lord, my kids, I've no matter how bad it got, sometimes when we were younger, I was a drinker. No matter how bad it got, I made sure to let my kids know, hey, by the way, I'm sorry for that. Now, I made sure I changed before saying my apologies, but, hey, I understand you saw me go from this, but I need you to look at this growth now, okay? What I did was not right. You do better. You know what I'm saying? So, and now as far as the artistry, the creative side, you suppress it because you are looking around you and there's a lot of stuff coming in, especially as a young mom, single mom. You suppress that because you feel a little guilty. But if I would have let that out a little bit earlier, you know what I'm saying? Who knows where I'd be? But like I said, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm 36 now, and I had to be mentally mature enough to handle something like that. And like I said, kids are there, they see it, and they love you so unconditionally. They're just so grateful to see where you've gone and who you are. We think a little bit too harshly of our kids as they're disappointed in me. No, man, they're so happy for you. And they really are. And they're going to be on this journey with me. And all I can try to do is inspire them to just keep getting better. And since they saw me younger, making some of those mistakes, I think that they needed that to learn from and not do it themselves. So I regret who I was, but not the situation, because I know they're callous and they're ready for the world. I'm a strict mama. We good. That's a long answer, but
No, this is your time. One more quick question for creatives who are writing. What's one of your secrets to being a good writer and coming up with those wonderful lyrics?
Oh my goodness. Isolation, right? So, because like I said, I'm not detached as a mom, but they're old enough. They're in a house now. I go out to my car, pray, meditate, vibe, listen to some, good music. And isolation, and I would say, my goodness, isolation, just to keep up creativity. It's a great question. Isolation, prayer, and honestly looking at the old stuff that you used to write, because a lot of writers will have stuff that they started with, and look at those and kind of see where you've come from, because you write about your life experiences if that's what you have. And you have to really connect with the music. You have to love what you're writing. And if you don't, man, you just, they're just words. I start from scratch. But if it's ever too much and it ever gets too, overbearing, like I said, isolation in the car, kids are good, nice big breaths, and just, you have to be in tune with what other people are, what the world's problems are, and what you can do to spread a little bit more love, I would say.
Well, you've done that. And I am so honored to have this conversation with you. And I'm so grateful that you took that moment to share your gift with us. Because literally, I've listened to it. I think I listened to it 5 times the first time I heard it. It was so good. Yeah, it was so good.
Get the love so much and support. And you just reaching out to me. Oh my gosh. I was like, this is real life. So this is my very first time doing anything like that. This is awesome.
Well, I don't think it's going to be your last. So get ready. I'm sure there's going to be other people reaching out to you. But thank you for your honesty. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for not quitting. My mom raised 7 kids as a single mom herself. For most of the time, it was her by herself.
Yeah.
And so I applaud you for coming through what could have been a real burdensome time.
Oh, yeah.
And having hope and optimism and not giving up on the growth that you needed inside of you. Mm-hmm. Because it took a growth inside of you to come to the place you're at today.
Oh, 100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so we're grateful. Okay, I'm looking for, I almost want you to rap a little bit, but I'm going to save that when I see it. Unless you want to tell me one thing about what's in the new fully released version?
Oh, oh. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can. So it goes. So where I left off was hallelujah, Christ is King, that flesh will consume, but hallowed be thy name. Holy Spirit cooking, let me try that sauce. JC gang, come meet me at a crossroad. Christ and meet me at the. All right, and then we're ready from there. And then we go back into the freestyle, baby.
You have such a beautiful voice.
You have to say that. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
No, I don't.
You're
I
like,
don't have
"Trust
to
me,
blow
I wouldn't."
smoke. No. Oh my goodness, you are talented. I mean, if they don't have, I'm just saying, I don't know that you have to even go bother with American Idol, but I'm sure they're going to pick up on something. But I'm just, but still, what a talent you have and what a gift you have. I'm excited to hear your original beats too. I feel like those are coming.
So
those are coming for you.
I actually reached out to Toby Ali, who is the creator of the Mexican OT Johnny Dang beat, and I purchased a beat.
You did?
I purchased a beat. It's the same drums, a little bit of a different melody, but that's the one I'm going to be releasing. It still goes pretty hard. So
it's original.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, it's a beat that I bought from the producer Toby Ali. Absolutely.
You invested.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it was pulling me for sure.
Okay. I'm excited. Okay, well, we're looking forward. And then for people to find out more about you, they need to go to?
I would say, I'm on TikTok, Laurin Eaves 88. I'm just starting to get Instagram, just Laurin Eaves with an I, Laurin, Eaves. Like I said, I'm gonna start pushing all this stuff a bit more, but I'm just a little new baby at it, but just give me a little bit of time and I'm coming through for y'all. So it's gonna be great. But yeah, Laurin Eaves.
All right. We will keep listening. Laurin, thank you so much.
I appreciate you, Adrian. Y'all are awesome.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Have a blessed day. Bye.